back to the John and Linetia Show.
So, Linetia,
Yes.
it's a wide held, I guess one could say, belief that racy movies, kind of the sexualization of society, and all the online porn sites that teenagers can see. For years, I guess you could say, there's been the concern of like, how is this affecting kids as far as their sexuality and what's going on there. So there was a study done in the Netherlands. Now, of course, in the Netherlands, we're talking about a little more of an open
society.
We're puritanical compared. Of course, the American society is puritanical compared to most societies.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of
the
tight.
U.S. is different. Yeah.
So, I mean, the interesting thing was what they found was that that teenagers that watch any kind of sexually explicit media, there was a very small, link to that. They would, essentially kind of have deviant behavior, sex for money, try new, behaviors, sex early, things like that. And I think that's something that I definitely always thought. I always thought, what? Just because you see it doesn't mean you repeat it. It's like it's the whole thing with like violence in video games. Just because you play violent video games doesn't mean you go out and get a gun and start shooting people.
I think they're just trying to find out what's going on with young people.
Well,
and that's hard.
But it is one of those things. You can't censor the internet. For everyone, and you gotta even say like here, primetime TV is a heck of a lot more racy than it used to be.
Yes.
And so how does that affect kids? And in a way, it's one of those things where I look at it and I go, you know what, you can't say that it's okay for a 16-year-old to go and watch a TV show in which people's heads are being graphically blown off or arms being chopped off. Oh, but I don't want to have two people in bed. We better not they better not see that. I mean, there's a little bit of a hypocrisy, but that's that old puritanical Americanism.
Yeah, it's just some things that people are just okay with, and some things people aren't. You know what I mean? It's like some people that say I'll never talk to you about my financial situation, but we can talk about sex all day long. It's amazing, what people really want to think and talk about and react to. I don't know what kids are doing. I'm just going to be honest. I'm learning a lot from my nieces. I have a 15-year-old niece. She'll be 16 this year. And I also have a 12-year-old niece who will be 13 this year. And
are you sure the 12-year-old won't be 14?
No, she's 12 and she'll be 13.
I'm just checking on that. I wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to skip.
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay.
But thanks
so she's 12 now, but she will be 13.
She'll be 13.
Okay, just making sure.
Thanks. Okay, anyway, you strange. I don't know what they're thinking about, sexually. I know their mom kind of has a little bit of a hold on them, I want to say, and they are exposed to, social networks, whatever, but I'm not sure if they're looking at that kind of stuff online.
Right.
They seem to still be kids. You know what I mean? They just want to go to the movies, and they want to, go out to eat, and they just want to hang. I'm pretty sure at some point my sister has made that talk with them, about things that are going on, but I don't know if they're even looking at this kind of stuff online. I know it's there, but it doesn't seem like... The only thing my niece has said to me is that I have a boyfriend, and you need to get used to it because I'm growing up. And it just shocked me like, no, you're still a little kid to me, but they are. Well, they're growing up.
Did you ask her what she does with her boyfriend?
I had kind of a small talk with her. Yeah. And I said, don't do anything without speaking to anyone I got to put the chokehold on her, you know, because I feel like...
Because that's what happened to you?
No, it was worse with me.
Uh-huh.
It was worse with me. I didn't go anywhere unless my parents were with me.
Okay.
So I can't even compare my
What about your
childhood
sister?
to theirs. My sister was like that too
Yeah.
until she got to a certain age.
And
you know,
she didn't do anything unless she talked to somebody, right?
I'm going to say no,
Yeah.
but my sister came up in a different time than I did, of course. We're all different.
Okay.
Because we're 5 years apart. So it's different.
It's just 5 years.
Well, it made a difference. And how I act and how she acts and how my brother acts. We're all different, you know. Same family, but we're all different.
Mm-hmm.
I will say also that compared to when me and you were growing up, things are just more open now. And you have more things to, you know, look at, more things to do. We didn't have anything like social networks when we were growing up.
No, all we had was scrambled porn. We had scrambled on TV.
Yeah, we did.
You know, adults only and scrambled Spectrum.
We did. Wow, you're taking me back.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks.
Turn on channel 44, channel 66 late at night and play with the knob and try to get that scrambled screen to go.
On that Zenith TV?
Yeah. Remember that. Remember that. And sometimes you get it, but you got to be careful because you can't turn up the volume. Turn up the volume all the way, you'd hear all the moaning and all that stuff. but every once in a while, they would come in and they would do an ID, and so the volume would be all the way up, and you'd hear really, really loud. You're watching channel 44 WSNS. Like That's what we had.
Thank you for...
We didn't have the internet where all I needed to do was
internet.
just,
that wasn't until college.
Type anything into Google, and I mean, geez, you could type any word and go to a porn site.
Right.
You know,
it's like it's searched for you.
It's astonishing. I mean, it's hilarious because I'll need to find something at work on, you know, and it'll go into Google, and it's just like, you know, I got 20 results, and like 8 of them are porn sites.
Yeah, I know.
You know, or porn of some sort.
Or remember, I was trying to figure out, you know, I wanted to have my new radio name.
Right.
Remember? And we were like, oh my God, my name that I picked, it's a porn star name. I'm like, are you kidding? I've had this name for years, but it was a porn star name. And it was like, okay, but it found it. Yeah. It found anything you want. So, I mean, I don't know. It depends.
So, you know what? The study actually ended up, I think, the conclusion is really what the conclusion is. The conclusion was that a variety of factors, including personality, are at play in determining when and how teens have sex.
Yeah.
And that, you know, sexually explicit media, the effect on sexual behaviors is considered, but there's other factors. And ultimately, even if your sister's kids are watching I don't know, Racy, if they're watching, uncensored Sex in the City and things like that, as long as they're brought up right and as long as, they are smart and all that stuff, then everything will be fine.
It's going to have a lot to do with, how you educate that child, how the parents are, are the kids, trying to do something else with their life, like trying to have a career and trying to have a family. A lot of that stuff plays a part in how, kids go about things. Sometimes the kid is a little bit more mature than we were when we were coming up because they have already been exposed to this kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I guess it just depends on the situation.
Indeed.
Thanks for listening to the John and Linetia Show.